This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week's video takes me out to Pawnmax in Tampa. I have been out there in a few months. Past few times I went out there, didn't find anything. This time, got some pretty good pickups. Found this out of print 20th Street Fox Blu-ray. Really happy to get. Along with that, I have a Kino Lorber pick. I picked up from the Kino Lorber sale. I have my 3D pick for the week. I have this very funky classic pick from Warner Archives. So I have some bangers in here. But before I get into what I picked up, not only do I collect movies, yes, one of these weird, wild individuals, I actually watch them. On a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I watched, either streaming, physical media, or live in the theater with my family. And I'm going to kick it off with some physical media. I have 3 physical media picks and 1 streaming pick. The first pick is the 2017 comedy drama Drib. This was directed and written by Christopher Borgi. Produced, I don't know if this guy is a real name, but produced by first name Steak, last name House. I don't know if that's real or not, but the stars Amir Ashkarnajad, Brett Gelman, Adam Pearson, Annie Hamilton, and Roy Aberson. The plot behind this is a fiction/documentary hybrid. Drib centers on the real-life story of how Borgi's friend Amir, a stand-up comedian and performance artist, almost ended up as an international face of a well-known energy drink. Very interesting, very quirky documentary/fiction movie. I believe they had to put the fiction in there for legal reasons. Essentially, you have this, I don't call him a YouTuber though, but a comedian who does a lot of his work on social media, and his whole stick is getting beat up, initiating fights, getting beat up, and an energy drink company wants to capitalize off of his internet fame. And I'm just really wondering how much of this was embellishment, how much was actually real. Very interesting, very laugh out loud in parts. It's more deadpan humor. So if you like that Arrested Development kind of deadpan humor, definitely check out Drib. My next pick is a 1993 crime drama thriller, The Real McCoy. This was directed by Russell Mulcahy, produced by Martin Bergman, written by Desmond Loden. This stars Kim Basinger, the late Val Kilmer, Terrence Stamp, Gillard Sartain, and Zach English. The plot behind this, Karen McCoy is released from prison with nothing but with the clothes on her back. Before being incarcerated, Karen was the bank robber of her time, but now she wishes for nothing more than to settle down and start a new life. Unfortunately, between a dirty parole officer, an old business partner, and an idiot ex-husband, she will have to do the unthinkable in order to save her son. And this is a bank heist movie, wannabe feel-good movie. It's a feel-good movie though. As far as the bank heist, it was just kind of mediocre on the tension and the suspense. It was just okay. Nice little twist at the ending. It was good to see Val Kilmer in the movie. I haven't seen him in it before, even though he wasn't a star. Kim Basinger, she did her thing though, but it was an entertaining film. So if you like bank heist movies, you like Val Kilmer, Kim Basinger, definitely check out 1993's The Real McCoy. My next pick is a 2016 action crime drama mystery science fiction thriller, Criminal. This is directed by Ariel Vroman, produced by Boaz Davidson, written by David Weisberg. It stars Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, Ryan Reynolds, and Jordi Malia. The plot behind this, I'm not going to give you too much because a lot happens in the first 5 minutes of the movie. But the initial plot, CIA agent Bill Pope is on a mission in London to track down a shadowy hacker named the Dutchman. And I won't go any further than that though. Interesting premise. Again, I'm trying not to give too much away. Decent amount of action, nice twist at the ending. Um, I'm trying to think what this is. It's similar to the movie Selfless, if I'm remembering correctly, with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Kingsley. I think it's something like that. Even though I haven't seen that movie though, but it's something of that sort though. But it's science fiction. It's more action/criminal type movie though, with little CIA spy sprinkled in though. But interesting movie. Again, I've had this movie for years, just never watched it though. But it was fun watching it. So if you like science fiction, action, Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Costner, definitely check out, and Tommy Lee Jones, of course, and Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is very good. I love Gary Oldman. Check out Criminal. My last film, something I watched streaming with the family. This is the 2025 American action thriller film G20. This was directed by Patricia Riggin, screenplay by Caitlin Parrish, story by Logan and Noah Miller, produced by Andrew Lazar. This stars Viola Davis, Anthony Anderson, Marsai Martin, Ramon Rodriguez, Douglas Hodge, Elizabeth Marvel, and Clark Gregg. The plot behind this: in Budapest, former Australian Special Forces Corporal Edward Rutledge and his mercenaries acquire 70 million cryptocurrency wallet. Meanwhile, U.S. President and Army veteran Danielle Sutton is publicly embarrassed by the rebellious antics of her daughter Serena, leading Sutton and her husband Derek to bring Serena and her brother Demetrius with them to the G20 summit of the world leaders in South Africa. And this is the plot's been done several times over. Harrison Ford did it in Air Force One, Gerard Butler and Olympus Has Fallen, Jamie Foxx and Tatum Tatum, and I think White House Down. I think that's the name of it though. So essentially, you have the president put into a precarious situation, and they have to use their skills and their wits and their knowledge and their intestinal fortitude to find a way out. So this is no different. A little different because you got a female president, and Viola Davis isn't your quote-unquote typical action heroine, not the, I guess, Angelina Jolie type, young Jessica Alba. She's older. She's over 50, so she wasn't the prototype of action heroine though, but she pulled it off. She's in great shape. It wasn't too over the top, maybe at the end a little bit though, but it was more family fun action. Not the same budget as other movies that I mentioned. This was on Amazon Prime, so I'm sure they had a much smaller budget though, but still a fun, entertaining watch. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back in the Black Cave. Back in the Black Cave. We are back in the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my pawn shop pickups here from 10% Pawn / Queen of Pawns. Have my Cash America pawn shop pickups here. I have an out of print Olive Films Blu-ray. Have my Kino Lover pick, my classic pick, as well as my 3D pick for the week. So let me get these scanned in and we'll jump right into it. Hold on. I'm going to kick it off with what I purchased at Cash America. Now, at pawn shops, a lot of times you pay in cash. They don't give you a receipt. They don't pay you taxes. So I pay 50 cents a piece. 50 cents a piece for these. This one, which I don't have in the collection, and I know there's a Blu-ray of this, but I want to check it out before I purchase a Blu-ray. For 50 cents, it's definitely worth checking it out. On DVD, you have Clint Eastwood, Tightrope, Warner Brothers release. Next, I have this on DVD, did not have it on Blu-ray, again for 50 cents, couldn't pass that up. The Simpsons, and this is a 20th Century Fox release, so we don't know if this might go away out of print or come back again. Simpsons the movie, so these two, 50 cents, gave them actually 4 quarters. They said be on your way. Next, what I picked up at 10% Pawn, a Queen of Pawns. Should love these. I believe it used to be sell these at Walmart. The Echo Bridge Blu-rays here. I have Visible Scars before. Didn't have the other 3. I watched The Hangman. Really strange, weird movie. I wouldn't call it a B movie, probably a C or D movie though, but interesting. I love these movies. Usually I can find 1 or 2 good movies on here. And this is Visible Scars, Allure, All God's Creatures, and The Hangman, Echo Bridge. Next, never heard of this movie. Looked interesting. To Save a Life, everyone has problems. Not everyone has faith. This is a Sony release. I'm really not familiar with any of the actors or actresses, so, but again, looked interesting. For the price, couldn't pass it up. Some back art there. To Save a Life. Next, please, romantic comedy. Alexis Bledel. Not familiar with her, post-grad. It's a 20th Century Fox release. We have the digital copy and the Blu-ray. Again, a 20th Century Fox release. Blind Buy. Post-grad. Next, another Blind Buy. Selena Gomez. Leighton Meester. Leighton. Katie Cassidy. I'm only familiar with Selena Gomez. It's another 20th Century Fox release. Looks like a girl's film. I want to say a chick flick though, but he looks kind of familiar. I'm assuming it's kind of romantic comedy. 20th Century Fox, Monte Carlo. Size a little faded here, but not tripping. Here we have another Blind Buy, Leonardo DiCaprio, J. Edgar, one of the best films of the year. It's a Warner Brother release. The standard Warner Brother disc, kind of blasé. J. Edgar. Next, I think I've seen this years ago, but I don't have it. Rudy. And this is one of the comeback stories or underdog stories, which I didn't add to my list. So if you want to check out my list of underdogs, check out my playlist and collections. The Blu-ray, this is a TriStar Sony release, Rudy. And lastly, I was gonna pick this up, picked it up, looked at it, saw Emma Roberts, like Emma Roberts. Not familiar with Sarah Paxton or JoJo, but this is another 20th Century Fox release. I looked this up on eBay and Amazon. I believe it's out of print. I don't know if they have it available at Amazon. I think on eBay it was like $45 or something like that. So for these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies, let's see if I find the receipt. Paid $13.93 with tax. $14.97. Might say $15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So $2 and some change. So I picked up at the pawn shop. My out of print video for this week: Beach Blanket Bingo, starring Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello. Now, I did watch these as a kid. These are like Saturday afternoon Saturday afternoon movies I used to play. These beach movies and stuff like that. It got really weird. I think they started having, who's the horror guy? Can't think of his name right now. Hold on. Vincent Price. He started doing beach movies along with Frankie Avalon, Fabian, Annette Funicello, though. So it was a kind of a series of beach movies. So kind of bring me back to those days. And this is actually, I think, a 60s movie. 1965, yeah. Beach Blanket Bingo. Next, my Kino Lorber pick for the week. Actually purchased this at the Kino Lorber sale. This was $10. And I actually got the DVD at the pawn shop a while ago. I figured I'll just pick up the Blu-ray while it's still available at a reasonable price. You have the late Val Kilmer, who just passed, may he rest in peace, and Kim Basinger. I think her career is pretty much resting in peace right now. I haven't seen her in anything lately. And by the way, this is my Wesley Snipes, aka the Real Blade, my Billy Bob Thornton Sling Blade. Kino Lorber, the standardized back, well, not back, but spine, the back, and the uniform Kino Lorber Studio Classic disc, the Real McCoy. I haven't watched this yet. Next, my classic pick for the week, something I have watched, but I haven't watched it in Blu-ray. I just popped it on to see how it looks. It looks beautiful. Jim Kelly, Black Belt Jones. Great black exploitation period. The young lady in here, she is a badass. I love her, just 70s beautifulness. Black Belt Jones, Warner Brother release. And lastly, my 3D pick for the week, Hoodwinked 2. I'm assuming there's a Hoodwinked 1. I'm not sure. Hoodwinked 2. And it's a Anchor Bay release. I have to look see if there's a Hoodwinked 1. But this is my pawn shop pickup for the week. Familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the disc from the artwork. So give me a moment, let me get you situated and get you good people on your way. Hold on. Everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C is in Caddyshack, L's in Lakeview Terrace, Z is in Zodiac. Let's knock this out. I have everything laid out, ready to be put back in its proper place as usual. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, leaving comments. If you made it this far, smash a like, give me the big thumbs up. And by the way, there is a Hoodwinked, an original movie that's out of print, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that also. And again, if you made it this far in the video, smash the like and the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone, please be safe. Deuces.